Okay, so I told her to make you feel about my dreams, and that's what I'm doing right now, even though I feel really gross. But you know what? I don't care, and you don't care, and nobody cares. Well, if you do care, then too bad. So, okay, one night I had this dream. It was like a series. Like, I had one night, and then, woke up and was like, that was a weird dream. I wonder what's gonna happen next. Oh, well, whatever. Dreams don't usually continue, and then, I lived my life, went to bed, and the dream did continue, so that was kind of weird. And this is chapstick from the last video, if you were wondering. And, right. Okay, so it's like this giant clay mountain. Like, well, at least that's what they called it, in Clatoma. That's the name I made up for the city, because remember, I don't pay attention to those kind of things. And, so in Clatoma is this giant mountain, way up in the sky, and it's giant. And so, sorry, excuse me, living life, yawning. But, so, what happens is the government wants to keep this society alive, and, in order to do that, you set certain rules, and you have certain culture and stuff that you want to try to keep, going on. Doesn't always work. Actually, never works. Never works. That's okay. They don't have to know. But, so, this government, you have to be worthy to live in this town of Clatoma, and what they do is they send you and someone of the opposite sex to the top of this mountain, and there are 10 levels on this mountain. 10, that was 5, this is 10. And it's supposed to be a physical, mental, and emotional journey for both people. And so the reason that, the government picks the person of the opposite sex that you're going with, that they think would be a compatible soulmate for you to breed. And you are required to have at least one child, and most people only have one child because they don't want to have, their kids die or to have to go through that, and it's bad. But you go when you turn 18, and, sorry. So you go when you're 18, and, you have to, this helicopter brings you to the top of the mountain, and the physical journey, you have to maybe fight flying giant bats with, claws, or, rabid wolves or something. That's, alright. So, I can't remember my partner's name at all the first time I went up. I was me, I was Sierra, hey. Life's good. And so, then, on level 6, I died. I was attacked by rabid wolves. Not fun. And, come at me, and then it's like, and, blackout, dead. And woke up, and like, whoa, hey, that was freaky deaky. And so the next day, I'm like, oh, God, I'm sad I died. I mean, it's sad. But then, I went back to bed, and instead of it being me in a different dream, I was a different person named Savannah, going through with a different partner, whose name was Shadow. I don't know, that's what I called him, because it was like a shadow figure. I can't remember his face. Creative, right? I know. But, so Shadow is going through, and, we got to between levels 6 and 7, and we see these inscriptions that we assume are, the next level. The mental part. Because you have to, solve a puzzle or something. And so, we solve this puzzle, the translation, and Savannah, who I am now, meets me. And it turns out I didn't die. I just had scars on my face. My partner had saved me. and we've been living in this secret society. Like, there's some secret passageway going through the mountain and to another place where people could, repopulate, not have to go through Clay Mountain again, and that was kind of cool. And apparently it had been like months, and we've been living there for a long time, so that was really cool. And that was one dream. Another dream I had was every night this giant panther would come into my room and tell me stories. And then, after a long time of this panther telling me stories every night, this man with just a single scar, like all the way to here, comes into my room. And he's like, tell me the secret of the kingdom. And I'm like, are you talking to me? He's like, yeah, tell me the secret of the kingdom. I'm like, bro, you're whack. Like, go see a therapist about your crack addiction. And, it didn't really go down like this. I'm kind of like, this guy is crazy. What are you doing? And he's like, tell me the secret of the kingdom. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. And so he keeps persisting. He's like, tell me the secret of the kingdom. Tell me the secret of the kingdom. I'm like, okay, fine now. Go. And later that night, the panther comes in my room, to tell me stories. He's like, we gotta go. I'm like, go? He's like, yeah, you're in danger. And I'm like, love my life. So I got on the back of this giant panther, and it turns out this guy with the scars, he's been waiting outside my house because I knew the panther was coming to visit me, apparently, because how. And so I'm like, and he starts chasing us through like this neighborhood. I'm like, what does he want? He's like, he wants to go to the kingdom. I'm like, well, yeah, I know that. He was asking about it. He's like, yeah. So I'm a giant panther, and I'm obviously not from your world. I'm from the kingdom. And I'm like, I know the secret of the kingdom. I was like, yeah, you know the secret of the kingdom. What do you think the stories were? And I'm like, stories? He's like, I'm a giant panther. I'm like, not fair. And so then we lose him for like just a second, and he like says these words, and like this portal appears out of nowhere. We jump through it, and we're in the kingdom. And I'm like, we're in the kingdom, but we're in the wrong part of the kingdom. We're not in the jungle part of the kingdom. We're in the water part of the kingdom. So I'm underwater, and I'm breathing, and I'm like, why am I breathing? Why am I swimming and talking to fish? Giant fish. He's like, well, welcome to the kingdom. And I'm like, this is great. But so we ended up traveling through the kingdom until we got to the jungle part of the kingdom where the panther ruled. He was the king of the jungle region of the kingdom. And turned out he was human. Part human. He had ears. But yeah, thought you'd be interested in that. Now you have to be, because you're gonna watch this video. And if I get it up tonight, then, happy birthday. Hope you have awesome dreams, about giant panthers saving you from men with scars, and you get to go to the kingdom. Maybe we can go to the kingdom. We can go to the kingdom together. Alright, well, alright, I only have a 10-minute span on here, and that's kind of stinky, but oh well. But, night, love you, te amo mucho, happy birthday.